According to the history, they said that Liberia was founded to transfer free slaves to Africa, right? That was not the case, and that's what we heard. But after digging into the story and going into it, it was not because they wanted to create a place to carry free slaves and so forth. Because we're talking about the 1822, and slavery ended 1865. If America loved Black people so much that it fought for Black people and they wanted to take Black people to Africa in 1822, then why did they continue the slavery until 1865? So that myth is a myth, it's a lie. Now,
so I can answer that question if you allow me. So part of it was you had something known as the American Colonization Society. And so during this time, there were some Black people who had been manumitted and or even were born free. And so for many whites in America, they felt that it undermined the racial caste system of chattel enslavement to have free African Americans living next to what? Enslaved African Americans. So they said we need to get them the hell out of here because it's undermining the institution of a racial caste system known as chattel enslavement. I'm saying that to say that it wasn't based on they loved African people or anything.
That's exactly how I understand it as well. They were deporting these people who were free. They were not taking the enslaved people and putting them back to Africa. They were just taking the free people. And that created a lot of conflict as well, because these people are not assimilated to the way the Liberians live and the way the Americans mindset live.
Yeah, let me just broaden that. Let me just broaden that a little bit. Again, we have to make sure we correct the narrative, okay? And the same way again, the white historian blaming African that it was African that sold other African or enslaved other African. It's the same way they are blaming African that they took from here to Liberia, that African they took from here to Liberia enslaved the indigenous people they met there. Okay, so that is why we have to be careful in actually analyzing the story. The African story is about analyzing and putting things together, and that's why I said, if indeed they love African people and they said they wanted to take African people to somewhere else in Africa, right, in 1822. If they did that, then why did you continue slavery until 1865? So we have to look at it.
There was never a claim. There was never a claim that they loved African people. They
hold on. Let me
free African Americans because having people that were free undermined having them live next to people who were still enslaved.
That makes sense.
Yes, let me come to that. Let me broaden that. I know there was people in America here at that time who was free, and there was other people at that time who was also fighting for their freedom. Now, the reason why they took these people to Africa, first of all, it was not because people were in America here fighting or they were free. It was not because people were in America that was free. No, it started from Haiti. Everything started from the Haitian rebellion of Otto Watson. What they saw in Haiti, I'm just going to call it short because we have less time. If we have more time, we're going to go into it. What happened in Haiti before Haiti got independent? Now, the African that was in Virginia, they wanted to do the same thing. If you read a Gabriel conspiracy theory, you will get to understand. So they tried to do the same thing. They founded a group to overthrow James Maroon. And that coup did not work, and they were captured. And then when they were captured, James Maroon notified Thomas Jefferson at that time. And then what they did, they killed, they assassinated all of the leader. And then Thomas Jefferson, and then James Maroon wanted to, in fact, assassinate everybody. Thomas Jefferson said, we cannot do it because if we do it, international community is going to come after us. So we have to find a place to take these people. Now, in Congress, a lot of times the ACS was not even in the picture. So in Congress, they started having meetings where to send these slave, and then they called them rebellion slave. Okay, they called them the rebellion slave. So the people they took to Africa, to Liberia today, they called them the rebellion slave, and there was a reason why they took them there. Now they went to Congress. They said we have to take them to the Philippines, and they said no. If we take them to the Philippines, it's still closer to the United States. So we have to get them far off from the United States. So we cannot take them to Haiti or to Barbados or to Brazil. They will still come by here, right? So like Africa was the final destination. Now, why did they take Africa? They took Africa because at that time, Great Britain was already in Africa, today Sierra Leone. And France was already in Africa, today Guinea, Africa. They was already there, okay? So now, America found it as a chance to create her own territory. Now, America did not want to have a direct colony because it was expensive. They have already studied how Great Britain was pumping money, and at the same time, France was putting money. So it was expensive. They did not want to use a lot of money. So they used African that was here and said, but then we can make use out of these people because they are not useful to the American. The point I'm trying to get to here is the sister said America now had colony in Liberia, in Africa. No, they had a colony. Okay, they had a colony in Africa. Even when Liberia gave independence in 1847, America did not agree. Just how they did not agree to Haiti, America said no, they did not agree to that independence.